Okay, this one is good. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is for you around the world. I did something crazy and deleted one of the streams, and so I had to go in and try to get it straight. So, welcome, everyone. I am going to go live on a couple of other platforms, so please bear with me. And then we're going to get started with day two. We are going to level up our self love. Level up. So here we go live. And then we're going to go live on this one. All right. So we had day one yesterday, and I totally forgot to introduce myself. So I am Kimberly Braxton, your dedicated life transformation strategist, who helps Black women reclaim their lives, set empowering boundaries, and master self care rituals. So just imagine where you are the priority of your story, and I help make that your reality. So, welcome to day two of the 3-day Greater Self Love Challenge. I'm super excited to be with you, and hopefully, I'm welcoming you back to day two of this challenge. Yesterday, day one, we embraced our worth. Okay, so if you missed day one, just go back and look for the Galentine's Greater Self Love Challenge, and you will see day one. Today, we're tackling self doubt head on. Self doubt can be sneaky, but it's something we can work through. So, drop a sparkle in the comments if you are ready to let go of what's holding you back. And just know I also have my notes because a sister is 53 and she needs the notes. Okay. All right. So let's continue. All right. So today, our focus is to take a deep dive into releasing self doubt. By the end of this session, you'll have tools to identify where self doubt comes from, reframe negative self talk, and take actionable steps to build confidence. This is about stepping into your power and believing in yourself fully. So let's start by defining self doubt. It's that voice in your head that questions whether you're good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. It can lead to procrastination, hesitation, or even self sabotage. I've been there. But here's something important to remember: self doubt is a learned habit, it's not who you are. Self doubt doesn't appear out of nowhere. It often comes from external influences, what we've been told, what we've experienced, or the comparisons we make. And let me just say, for me, I think a lot of the self doubt that I experienced came from some of the things that happened to me in my childhood. So, if you have been following me for any time, then you know that I am very transparent. And I'm very transparent because in the African American community, we tend to sweep things under the rug and leave them undealt with, right? And so, one of my friends, she used to say, what you don't deal with will deal with you. And so I was molested at a very young age. I was 4 the first time that happened to me. And I was also raped, forcibly raped at age 11. So a lot of the self doubt that I dealt with definitely came from external experiences. But self doubt can also come from society, it can come from the media, past failures, and even well meaning loved ones can plant seeds of doubt. And let's talk about the loved ones that don't mean well, the toxic ones, okay? Because I've dealt with that too, with verbal and emotional abuse. Those things can leave a lasting impression and cause a lot of self doubt. I dealt with that. So, understanding the root of your self doubt is the first step to overcoming it. Self doubt always like follows a circle. A challenge appears, negative thoughts creep in, fear takes over, and instead of taking action, we tend to freeze or avoid the situation. And this cycle repeats itself over and over, keeping us stuck. But today, we're going to break the cycle. And just so you know, if you are live with me on Instagram or fan base, you will not see the slideshow presentation that I am doing on YouTube and on Facebook. I just want you to know that I am following a slideshow. All right, so let's talk about our thoughts. Our thoughts create our reality. If we allow self-doubt to dictate our thoughts, it shapes our feelings, which shapes our actions and ultimately our results. The great news is we can choose new thoughts. We can choose new thoughts. So let's start seeing our thoughts as something we can train like a muscle. All right. So let's talk about the power of evidence. Self-doubt thrives in uncertainty. It convinces us that we're not capable, even when that's far from the truth. And it's crazy because me personally, I was what you would consider an at-risk student. Okay, so what that means, it can mean a few different things, but for me, it meant that I lived in a single parent home, and most people didn't know that I was living with not only a single parent, but a parent who was a functional alcoholic. So I was considered an at-risk student, right? At risk of dropping out of high school. But I made it through high school. And I not only did I make it through high school, but I went to college. I got my 4-year bachelor's degree, and then after my bachelor's degree, I went back and finally finished my master's degree. But even with those, there was still some self doubt. So we have to challenge those thoughts, right? Like if I can do that with a single parent, right? And with a single parent who was a blackout drinker, like literally, she would go to work, she would come home, she would drink until she basically passed out. But she would get up in the next morning and do it all again. So if I could still achieve those things in the face of dealing with that, then I have to remind myself of that and challenge these thoughts that may come up, right? So it convinces us that we're not capable, even when that is so far from the truth, like even in my situation. But here's the thing, facts don't lie. If we want to overcome self-doubt, we need to gather the evidence of our abilities and successes. So recall those past wins. Think about moments when you achieved something despite fear or uncertainty. It could be anything: completing a project, setting a boundary, or receiving recognition. No win is too small. So remind yourself of those wins and talk back to those thoughts of doubt that creep in, because you have past wins. And then number 2, acknowledge your strengths. What are you naturally good at? What do people often compliment you on? You have skills, talents, and qualities that make you unique and valuable. And I don't really like this. I don't like to say good at, but sometimes you just got to do it, right? Because I really am embracing a growth mindset. So let's see, I'll rephrase it. What what abilities do you excel in? Right? What are those abilities that just seem easier for you than maybe other people? Acknowledge those things. So when those thoughts of doubt try to creep to your mind, remind them about those strengths. And then keep a proof journal. Write down positive feedback, achievements, and moments of personal growth. When that doubt starts to set in, revisit this journal as a reminder of how capable you truly are. I see somebody I love on here. I can't press wave, it's not working, but hey, Cheryl, thank you for joining. And then the fourth thing is challenge self doubt with facts. The next time doubt tries to take over, ask yourself, where's the evidence that I'm not good enough? Most of the time, you'll realize there's no real proof, just fear and old narratives. Replace those with facts and self truths, right? Okay, so fact check that thing. That thought creeps in, check it. Because 9 times out of 10, it is just some old thing that's trying to talk to you. And then I, as a Christian, I say it's the enemy, right? It's the enemy trying to tell you and trying to keep you from your destiny that God has already ordained and prepared for you. So let's talk about some action steps. Here's how we start breaking free. Self-doubt can feel like a heavy weight, but the good news is it's not permanent. We can break free by taking intentional steps. So let's walk through them together. The first step is awareness. Pay attention to the moments when doubt creeps in. So in this case, I call them triggers, right? So what triggered the doubt? Was it something that somebody in your family said? Was it something that you experienced at work? Was it something that maybe a failure that happened? Look at the triggers. When you can identify the triggers, then you can recognize those patterns and you can plan, I'll say pre-plan, for any thoughts of doubt that might try to rise up. Okay. So if there's a specific situation, person, or a trigger that sparks it, often the self-doubt comes from past conditioning rather than reality, right? Once we recognize it, we can challenge it. And then reframe with self-compassion. Why is it that we are so harsh with ourselves at times? Sometimes we may say things that we wouldn't even say to a person on the street. So let's reframe with self-compassion. So now that we've identified self doubt, it's time to change the narrative. So instead of thinking, I'm not good enough, reframe it to, I am learning and growing every day. And even I'm not good at it yet, but I'm working to on a skill where I know that I will continue to grow in this area. So the way we speak to ourselves, it really matters. So let's make it kind, let's make it encouraging, let's make it empowering. Okay, so reframe with self compassion. Take small, bold steps. Confidence doesn't appear out of nowhere, it is built through action. What's one small step you can take today towards your goal? Maybe it's speaking up in a meeting, setting a boundary, or starting a project that you've been putting off. Each small action weakens self doubt and strengthens belief in yourself. So start small, but be bold. Okay? Surround yourself with support. We weren't meant to do life alone. You know what? I think I finally learned that when I was in recovery, because we always said that verse that a three strand cord is not easily broken, right? So in recovery, you will have your sponsor, which I kind of look at like a coach. You would have your sponsor, then you would have your accountability partners who are like your teammates, and then God, right? So with this, you can't break that. So I think that's where I really understood that I need people, but I need healthy people. I need people, but they can't be toxic. This is where I really understood and embraced that whole spirit of community. So we weren't meant to do life alone. The people around us influence our mindset. So choose wisely. Guess what? If they are not feeding you in a positive way, if they're not helping you grow, um, you might want to think about the circle that you have. I know I have. You, to be honest with you, I am alone a lot. I'm okay with it. And it's funny because I was just listening to Dr. Miles Monroe, one of his talks, and he was talking about how a lot of times, and you may have heard this before, but like right before God elevates you to that next level, a lot of times he prunes people out of your life. You know, so sometimes certain people got to go. Certain people got to go because if they are triggering self-doubt or triggering any other thing that's negative in your life, then maybe there is time to love them from afar, right? Okay, so seek out the people who inspire and uplift you. And if you don't have that support system yet, Sparkle Society Premium, we can be a tool for you to build that community. Look for those communities and mentors and even books. You know, one book that truly changed, yes, Cheryl, it is the truth. One book that like really changed my life. It's so many. But Codependent No More, that book changed my life. And then the other book for me was Boundaries. Those books help really heal me and help shape me into a better person. And then I started honoring myself after reading those books because I understood like some of the things that I was allowing to happen, they weren't, it was toxic, it wasn't healthy for me, it wasn't contributing to my growth as a person, as a human being. And so those books really helped me to start enforce, first of all, set up a boundary because I really didn't have any. So it helped me to set boundaries and really enforce those boundaries and respect those of others as well. So those books really changed my life. So celebrate your progress and not perfection, right? Because I'm gonna tell you, I used to be a perfectionist, and it was hard. That's a hard life to try to live when somebody is a perfectionist, right? It was a difficult, it was a very rigid, controlling life, and it was hard, and it was, I'm sure, hard on the others because y'all, I'm happily divorced right now, but I'm sure I contributed to the demise of the marriage because of those things, right? Thank God that I'm not where I used to be because woo, I was a hot jacked up mess. Okay. So celebrate progress, not perfection. Lastly, let's break. Sorry, y'all, because I done hold on. I done closed out my notes. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Because I done closed out my notes. All right, hold on. Here we go. I got too excited talking about I'm happily divorced. That's what happened. Okay, I'm on slide 22. All right, so celebrate progress, not perfection. Let's break free from the trap of perfectionism. Oh my goodness, it is a trap, and it's a hard way to try to live. Expecting yourself to be perfect and those around you to be perfect. No, let me tell y'all, I had a toddler and still bought white furniture, and was mad when anything got on the furniture. Okay, that's why. I don't know why I did that. I don't know. But that's when I was deep in my codependent behaviors, trying to have be the perfect mom, the perfect wife, the perfect educator, the perfect auntie, the perfect everything. Okay. And I had white furniture with a toddler. Makes no sense. So even the smallest wins count. Did you challenge a negative thought today? I think I did. I try to do like little self-evaluations throughout the day, and then for sure in the evening when I get home. So, yeah, that's growth. If you challenged a negative thought today, did you step outside of your comfort zone? Yes, I stepped outside of my comfort zone. That's courage. Celebrate these moments. They are proof that you are breaking free. So, which of these steps resonates with you? Recognizing thought patterns, reframe with self compassion, taking small, bold steps, surrounding yourself with support, celebrating progress, not perfection. Which ones resonate with you? Take a moment to reflect and jot down one of these actions that you'll commit to this week. Okay. All right. So, confidence isn't something you either have or don't, it's something you build like a muscle. And just like a muscle, it grows stronger with practice. So, let's talk about simple daily habits that help rewire your mindset and boost self belief. So, we talked a little bit about this in day one, talking about self worth. But start your day with an affirmation. Okay, words are powerful, right? And if you are Christian, then you know There's a verse that says, the power of life and death lie in the tongue, right? So, how you speak to yourself in the morning sets the tone for the rest of the day, right? So try saying, I am capable. That actually is my one of my affirmations, my regular affirmations that I do every morning. I am worthy. I use that one too sometimes. I believe in myself. So start your morning with these, and it will definitely make a difference in your whole day. And then use power poses. Science shows that standing in a strong, open posture for 2 minutes can actually boost confidence. I watched, I don't know if I saw it on TV or I'm not sure where I saw this, but like holding your arms out like this for a little while actually helps like your posture. So try these power poses and it can boost your confidence. Try the Wonder Woman stance. Feet apart, hands on hips, shoulders back. Feel the shift in your energy. So start your morning with these things. And again, each day, acknowledge one thing you did well, right? So maybe at the end of your day, this is something that you do. You celebrate your small wins. So celebrate your wins, period. Small, medium, big, whatever they are, right? Whether it's speaking up, resisting the urge to self criticize, celebrate that because that's a win. Progress builds confidence. And then the last one for your daily confidence rituals is set many goals. Big goals can feel overwhelming. I did a whole video on like the not goal setting because sometimes it overwhelms people, right? Sometimes it's just it's just too much. So set mini goals. Break down whatever this big one is, break it down into really small, achievable steps. And each time you complete one, you prove to yourself you're capable and resilient. And don't forget to celebrate that. Okay. Each of the small, the mini goals that you achieve, celebrate those things. So, what's one confidence ritual that you can start today? Is it going to be starting your day with affirmations, using power poses, celebrating small wins, or setting mini goals? Write it down and commit to practicing it daily. So I'm personally going to commit to the power poses because I do the other things already. Power poses, I don't always start my morning with that. So I'm going to add that to my toolbox. All right. So now let's do a very powerful exercise to connect with your highest, most confident self. So we're going to go through, like we did yesterday, a guided meditation. So before we begin, find a comfortable, okay, thank you, Cheryl. You're going to do the affirmations. Thank you so much for letting us know. Before we begin, find a comfortable position. You can sit with your feet flat on the ground and your hands resting gently on your lap. Or if you prefer, you can lie down, close your eyes, take a deep breath. So let's go ahead and get ready for this guided meditation. So breathe in, hold, and slowly release. Let's do it again. Inhale, hold, Exhale. With each breath, allow your body to relax and your mind to settle. Let's breathe in once more. Inhale, hold, exhale. Okay, as you breathe, imagine a warm golden light surrounding you, wrapping you in a gentle, protective embrace. This light is here to remind you that you are safe, supported, and exactly where you need to be. Feel yourself sinking deeper into this moment, letting go of any tension, stress, or worries. Now, I want you to picture yourself standing in front of a mirror. As you gaze at your reflection, you notice whispers of self-doubt. Perhaps it's a voice telling you that you're not good enough, that you're not ready, that you don't deserve success or happiness. Whatever those thoughts are, acknowledge them without judgment. They are simply old narratives, stories you've been told or have told yourself, but they are not your truth. As you continue looking in the mirror, imagine those doubts appearing as small, dark clouds hovering around you. Now take a deep breath in. As you exhale, see those clouds slowly drifting away. With every breath out, they become lighter and lighter, dissolving into the air until they completely disappear. You are no longer carrying them. You are free. Now, as the clouds clear, a new message appears in the mirror. Words of truth and power begin to form. I am enough. I am worthy. I am capable. I am loved. Feel the warmth of those words sinking into your heart, filling every part of you with confidence and self-belief. Now envision yourself stepping forward beyond the mirror into a bright, open space filled with possibility. This is your future, your potential, your highest self, waiting for you to step fully into your power. You feel lighter, stronger, and more certain of who you are. Every step you take is filled with purpose and self-assurance. Take in a deep breath. Inhale, exhale slowly. When you're ready, slowly bring your awareness back into the room. Wiggle your fingers and toes, and gently roll your shoulders. You might want to do a neck roll. And when you feel ready, open your eyes. Carry this feeling of confidence and self worth with you, knowing that the only truth that matters is the one you choose to believe. And the truth is, you are enough. Take a moment to sit with this feeling. If you'd like, jot down any thoughts, emotions, or affirmations that came up for you during this experience. What do you want to take with you moving forward? You can take a moment and jot that down. I don't know about you, but I feel lighter. I feel good. Well, you did an amazing job. Your challenge is to write a letter to your future self and remind her of how powerful and capable she is. What would you tell her? You can share one thing in the community now if you'd like. Okay. So let's quickly talk a little bit about Sparkle Society Premium. This is my newest baby. So if you enjoyed this, if you got value out of this and you want to continue growing in self-love and confidence, join Sparkle Society Premium. Inside, you'll get weekly personal growth workshops, a supportive sisterhood to uplift you, exclusive tools for personal growth. The doors are open now, so if you are on YouTube or Facebook, you can scan the QR code and you can learn more about the program and get access. Okay, so again, your homework, because we have one more day, y'all. Tomorrow is day 3. So you have your homework again is to, hold on, write a letter to yourself, your future self. Remind her of how powerful and capable she is. What would you tell her? Make sure you include all of that. And tomorrow, day 3, is where we're actually going to build a self-love routine plan. Okay. I will be providing you with a Google document where you'll actually be, tomorrow's going to be more like a working session. So you'll actually build your plan tomorrow. So share 1 or 2 takeaways in the comments. What was your biggest takeaway today with this session? Again, when you share these types of things, it really helps me understand the value that I'm bringing, or maybe I need to do something different. So I don't know unless you all just, give me some feedback. And I really appreciate any and all feedback that you share. I really do. So drop your biggest takeaway in the comments. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for day 2 of the Galentine's 3-day Greater Self-Love Challenge. Today, we focused on releasing self-doubt, limiting beliefs and fears that hold us back from fully embracing our worth. Letting go isn't easy, but every step you take towards self-love brings you closer to the confidence and freedom you deserve. So remember this: you are not defined by past mistakes or negative thoughts. Self doubt is learned, which means it can be unlearned. You have the power to rewrite your story and the story you tell yourself. So keep showing up for yourself, keep challenging the doubt, and trust that you are capable of amazing things. I cannot wait to see you for day 3, where we will focus on building a self love routine plan that supports your growth. Thank you so much for being here today, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.